Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to tell you the story of the only time in my life that I ever helped cops. Okay? And it's not help as most people would imagine it be, with me cooperating with them or ratting on somebody by providing information. Never anything like that. But it's actually something that is completely unexpected, where I actually helped them by using force on a suspect right in front of the cops and helping them control him and handcuff him. So this is a video that or a story that I've spoken about in another video. I gave the whole entire long story of it in a video called "The Time God Used Me Against a Child Rapist." If you're interested, check that out. I'm going to give you the very short of it here and focus on the part where I helped the cops. So this was an instance where a drunk, illegal immigrant was trying to rape a young girl, actually my goddaughter, who is now my goddaughter. I didn't know her at the time. She was 12 years old, about to turn 13, and this man broke into her apartment and was trying to rape her. He was literally a couple seconds away from actually committing the act and violating her when I broke in the door, hearing all the screams coming from the apartment, and saw what was happening and stopped it. He and I started fighting, and it was a big thing because the cops took a long time to get there, and he and I were like basically wrestling. I didn't want to hurt the guy. I was very scared and nervous because I had just been off parole recently, and I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't know if I was going to catch charges. I didn't know how the police were going to react to me being an ex-convict and being involved in this. So we tumbled down a flight of stairs. I hurt my back. It was injured already. I re-injured it worse as a result of that. This guy was trying to convince me to let him go and that he was going to pay me money. And I remember telling him that the best thing that happened to you in your fucking life is that the police are on their way already. Because if not, me and you taking care of this ourselves means you die today, motherfucker. You don't live another day. I don't give a fuck about your money. And it took so much restraint for me not to hurt this guy. He was bloodied up a little bit. I mean, I did a little to him just to stop him from trying to get past me and run out the door. But I could have destroyed him. I could have torn this guy to pieces with my hands if I wanted to. And I didn't because I knew the cops were coming. Anyway, it took them like 15, 20 minutes to finally show up. There's a big crowd of people outside the building by the time the cops get there, or even before the cops got there. They're the ones that, heard all the screaming and as a result attracted my attention because of my store. I had a business there and I heard what was happening, and one of my friends came and got me, and we saw this whole mob of people, and I ran upstairs. But in any case, when the cops came, I basically let him go to the cops. I was in the hallway still in the building. He was trying to pass by me to run away. I didn't allow that. So as soon as the cops came, I let him go. Boom. Now, I don't know why the cops were so restrained in how they dealt with this guy, but I can imagine it's because there was a whole crowd of people there. Maybe they didn't want to get too violent with him. I don't know what it was. But this guy was drunk, and he had like stupid drunk power. And he was fighting these cops. One of my friends was there, and he headbutted one of my friends in the eye, gave him a black eye, and he's fighting these cops now. And I'm just standing there looking. I don't know what to do. There's a whole crowd of people. The cops are not able to handcuff him. There's like 5 of them struggling with this guy, and he keeps breaking loose and swinging on them. I don't know what's going on. I'm waiting for them to just bash him, and they don't do it. So I was so built up with emotion and rage because of what I wanted to do to this guy anyway, that I just decided to help him. And I just went up. It was on the sidewalk, right in the middle of a main street. And I just went up and grabbed him and scooped him up real high in the air and dropped his ass, suplexed him right on the concrete. And his head, I remember, his head just cracked and blood leaked all over the sidewalk. And that was it. They put handcuffs on him, and I didn't know what to expect as a result. I didn't know if they were going to handcuff me now right after him, but they didn't. And long story short, again, I went down to the police station with the girl, and not only did I help the police in that regard, but this was the only time in my life I also told them, after they explained everything to me, that I also want to press charges on him for assaulting me, and I forced my friend who was there also, who would never have anything to do with cops. I forced him to press charges also to try to put this motherfucker away for as long as we can for what he tried to do to that little girl. In addition, I stayed in touch with the prosecutor. It was Hudson County of New Jersey prosecutor, and ensured that they gave him a good enough sentence because they wanted to give him 3 years and let him go. It was unbelievable. So he ended up getting prison time. He did only end up with 3 years that he had to serve, but I had a guarantee from that same prosecutor's office that he would be immediately deported after and never allowed in the country again. So he's gone. And again, if you guys want to check the whole video and the whole story, you can look for that video where I explained everything. But this was the only time in my life that I helped police. And I have to say, because I was so concerned with how they were going to react to me, the opposite was actually true. When all was said and done and I'm at the police station and it all came out and I told them, hey, listen, I'm an ex-convict. I just got off parole, and explained myself to them, not only did they not, try to do anything negative to me or arrest me or press charges on me for the assault of the guy, nothing like that, but the opposite was true. They were very gracious, very kind to me, offered courtesies to me and told me if you ever need anything in this township, anything ever happens to you, call us directly. And something I very much appreciate that was said to me that day, one of the sergeants or one of the supervising cops came into the room after I was giving my statement and filing the charges against the guy, and he told me, that what you did today, because of what you did today, you're a hero. And he said, I have so much respect for you. And I said, why? Anybody would have done that. And he said, wrong. Nobody would have done it. No one in that whole crowd of people did it. And not only that, but had one of my officers arrived on that scene before you, they would not have gone in, even though they were armed, because they are instructed to never enter a residence the way you did until backup shows up. And they're guaranteed they're not going to get wrecked or get shotgun blasted the minute they open that door. So he told me, you saved that little girl's life. And I very much appreciated that. So I give a lot of respect to those cops for handling it the way that they did and not creating problems for me for having been involved in this scuffle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.